One sec.
Hey Mark, how's it
Hey,
going?
I'm good. How you doing? Sorry, I get myself all worked out here. There we go.
Yeah, Thea's my assistant today.
That's okay. We need lots of help. So welcome aboard. You. So we're gonna have a chat about this 30-year amortization that got approved by the feds on August 1st.
Yeah, everybody's acting like it's a really big deal. Oh
Yeah,
my
it
gosh.
does nothing. It's going to be. It will do nothing. It's a liberal government again, thinking they're doing so much things for to help Canadians get into home ownership. It means nothing. And number one reason why it means nothing, these there's no building going on. We have all
Yes.
kinds of resale product on the market right now that's not selling, but we're going to make it really hard for that individual to to qualify for a 30-year amortization on a new build property.
Well,
That
the whole thing is, Mark, I'm going to share the article, but the whole thing is it's new homeowners that are buying at 5%.
mm,
It has to be a CMHC loan.
yeah, but here's the thing though. Yes, but high ratio. So in saying that doesn't have to be 5, it can be 10, 15, 19%.
But a
Not
builder requires more money down than that.
some do, some don't. Pratt never did. I think when I bought a new build in 17 through them, that townhouse, there's no more than 25 to 30K down.
Oh, really, eh?
But then these guys required 100K down. So it really depends on the builder.
Right. But I mean, what's going to happen here is you're going to have a lot of builders that want more. Like by the time you take out the builders that want less than 20%,
Or a lot of them want less, 20%.
and then it's only first time home buyers and insured mortgages that get a 30-year AM.
That,
Keep
yes.
your bag.
So
So, like the number of actual people that are going to be able to do this aren't going to work.
it's not going to work. It's not going to really do nothing because not every not everybody wants to get into a new home. A lot do, but we're not seeing a lot of building going on right now in communities today.
Well, look,
That's
it says government says policy will help first time home buyers, but critics stress its limits.
go through some of the thing in the article, then we can gab more about it.
So the 30-year amortized mortgages announced in the 2024 federal budget are kicking in on Thursday, which is today. First time home buyers who are purchasing newly built homes can now qualify for a 30-year mortgage, giving them 5 additional years to pay off an insured mortgage. For other mortgages where default insurance is required, a 25-year amortization limit is still in place. So if it's a resale, it doesn't help. It's only a brand new build.
That's right. And we both know that if we drive by a building site today, those homes aren't coming on the market. They've already been bought a couple of years previous, probably in 2022 or
Yes.
23. So they won't even qualify because they're going to be turned over to the original owners. But then sorry, the original owners are going to, some, not all, or sell them then.
Well, look at the article says exactly what we just said. Well, some have said the changes will lead to lower monthly mortgage payments, opening up the housing market to younger buyers struggling with affordability. Some mortgage analysts have cautioned that the new rules won't apply to many people
Right.
and that they might cost you more on a long-term basis.
5 extra years in the mortgage. That's a few extra bucks, but I it would have been the article. They should have been smarter and said, let's open it up for everybody, anybody, whether you're
Exactly.
first, second,
Exactly.
fourth time home buyer. Let's take some pressure off Canadians today because we realize that they're struggling to pay the bills. This will help out with extra disposable income that they need to have because the cost of living has gone up so much.
So
But
this is who is eligible. First time home buyers
yes,
purchasing a newly built home without previous residence in it, haven't lived in a home or place of residence owned by a current spouse or a common law partner, unless they've recently ended their marriage or partnership, have a high ratio mortgage, which are loans that exceed 80% of the home's purchase price.
Right. Right.
In order to qualify for an insured mortgage, buyers have to be purchasing a home 1 million and under, and putting less than 20% down.
As I said, correct.
So it's not going to be that many people.
It does nothing. Let's just be honest. Let's not sugarcoat this. This means shit all
Well,
because
it does. Look at, like she said, I think it's going to be so limited in terms of who actually applies to this when you factor in the price points.
Mhm.
Okay. She
Mhm.
noted pre-construction homes in markets such as Toronto and Vancouver, especially detached, cost more than $1 million.
That's right. First time buyers can't afford that. That's gone out the window.
So what good is that?
It does nothing. This is the thing, right? This is the thing. And when it first came out, I really didn't dig into it. I just heard Bozo chatting about it and how great it's going to be and how what we're doing for Canadians to get into home ownership today, and they're all smiles. But as we read into it, then we seen the true issues. It's going to do nothing. It's going to do nothing. We need a change of government in this country for things to change. What else?
Exactly. Okay, Thea's gonna try to read something for everybody. Here you go.
If you live in the prairies, you live in Atlantic Canada, it could be more beneficial. It is almost completely impractical in most of Ontario, most of British Columbia, and certainly Montreal, he said.
Yeah.
So if you live in a low market like prairies or Atlantic Canada, it might help you.
Yeah, or markets like Northern Ontario, like maybe
Sudbury.
Kapuskasing, Timmins.
Yeah.
Cheap homes up there, but it's not going to help those people living in central Ontario. It's not. It's not going to help them at all.
No, it's not going to do anything.
It's going to work. It doesn't mean anything. This is the problem that I just don't understand. You know, why this government is so adamant about not helping first time buyers more, or no, let alone not just first time, any homeowner or future home buyer, existing home buyer, past home buyer, because you know there's a lot of people hurting out there, and we talk about it all the time. People have so much debt, cost of living, kids, you name it. Man, I know a lot of people like a little bit of relief, but we're not getting it. And this is going to do nothing for the real estate market. This is doing nothing whatsoever.
I don't even understand this either. Haven't lived in a home or place of residence owned by a current spouse or a common law partner unless they've recently ended their marriage or partnership. So you're telling me if I move into your house, we're not married, and then when I say, okay, you know what, let's go buy a house, but I'm going to buy it in my name.
Not necessarily. It can be both names.
Well, it can't, because I wouldn't qualify.
Well, it says right here, if it haven't lived in a home, place, resident, current owned by a current spouse or common law partner. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, look. Yeah.
So what it's saying is that, like, if you and I lived together and we were common law, if I went to buy on my own, I'm not eligible.
Or you buy your own, you're not eligible at all. 100%.
Unless there's a separation agreement in place, which I just learned is $1,500.
Yeah, well, they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
No. So
Right.
it's craziness, really. So this amortization thing, it's just all a ploy.
It's all smoke and mirrors to think that this government today is actually doing something to help Canadians get into home ownership. It's not. Why do we have a stress test? Why do we have that? Why do we have that in place today? Get rid of that. Why are we making people qualify 2% over?
Mark, why not just give everybody 30-year AM?
I remember buying first house, not my first house, my third house, where I traded up from Loon over to Crimson Ridge. And that back then, that property was 340K. We went to a 40-year amortization. Nothing changed for us. Traded up huge. Why did I care? I don't care if it's 40. I don't care if it's 400 years. Got me into a home. That's all I cared about.
Exactly. And you're never paying it off anyway.
Never paying it off any of that. Who cares? Don't worry about, why are they so worried about people paying them off? Most people never pay their homes off. So
Well, especially Mark, especially first-time buyers.
that's right. They're not thinking, oh, I'm going to pay this off in 25 years. They're saying, great, I'm finally into the market. I finally have an asset that, I will have something in the end.
And they're going to move up in 5 or 10 years. They're going to move up.
Yeah, they are. They're going to move up.
They're not going to flip and pay it off.
No, I know. It's crazy. There's lots of crazy things by this Liberal government. I keep talking about it because it just pisses me off why nothing can make Canadians' lives a little easier.
I know.
I like when Trump said, if he gets elected in the U.S. and Trudeau comes over to the U.S., he's going to have him arrested. He's a dictator. That's what he said.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I think they're going to do more before the election. And I talked to a couple people that are really political people, and they believe the same thing.
What are they going to do?
I don't know what they're going to do, but maybe they're going to.
This isn't a first start. This isn't a good sign. If they think this is going to rally up the support for Liberal government, it didn't do nothing.
Oh no, this isn't going to do it.
We're going to do.
Exactly.
Maybe if he did if he does, maybe get rid of the stress test, but they won't do that. They don't want people buying homes. They don't want.
Well, they could increase the amortization for everybody.
Well, why wouldn't we do it? Why wouldn't they do it last Thursday? Right?
Because they're dumb.
Well, this is the point, right? I really think that this is going to go. They're going to do nothing to jumpstart the housing industry because you know what, got a lot of cracks in the economy right now. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens of it, but I don't think. Well, I don't think it's doing nothing. Anything else you want to kind of jump in and add?
No, I think we explained it to people so they understand that it does nothing.
Right, and it's going to save. I don't know. Maybe you can want to pull up let's pull up an amortization calculator right now.
Oh, it actually said it on the course on that thing.
Pull it back up. I want to see the savings. It's not much anyway. But
Yeah, I think it said somewhere in there.
pull it back up. That'd be something to share.
Oh. So what he's saying, the main payoff will be extend your amortization, which is a smaller monthly payment, and thus spending more, but it actually in the long term makes you pay more. Okay, here it is. It showed with the principal mortgage payment 150, the 30-year amortization would reduce. It would reduce the monthly mortgage cost by $75.
Okay, but that's 150. Or are they talking about Moosonee? Let's get something in.
Okay, so on 300,000, it would be $150.
Okay, well, there we go. Well,
And if it went to 600,000, it would be $300 a month.
see, that helps. When we got bigger numbers, those savings help, right? When a family can save $300 extra a month, you got some good savings there.
And he said, but the person would pay over $20,000 in additional total interest costs because of the 5-year.
I agree, but
well, we don't care about that.
We don't care about that, and
No.
rightly so. We didn't care when we got into that game too.
Well, it's only for first time, Mark. It's only for first time buyers anyway.
Can you imagine the savings at a 40-year am? Can you imagine what that would do for people?
That's what I'm saying. If they gave it to everybody, not just first time buyers buying new builds,
right?
If they'd actually just increase the amortization on everything, it would help everybody.
Help everybody. It would be a big win for people to home ownership. Then now can they have a shot? Right now, these young generation doesn't have a shot at all.
No.
Right. But we also got to keep in mind too, maybe, okay, so let's talk about, before we wrap it up, that person that they know they got their mortgage coming due, I don't know, April of next year. and they know they can't afford it. How much would that help out that person today from 30 years? And let's just say they have a $600,000 mortgage. I'm going to make this up.
Yeah.
$300, $400.
Yeah.
Whoa. That could be make or break a decision. If I'm going to go rent a house, or now I can stay in here, because we know what the rents are like.
Well, they're more than the mortgage payments.
Right. So, but they can't qualify. Maybe they're not going to be able
Yeah.
to qualify. So it's forcing more people out of home ownership than anything, instead of getting more people in home ownership.
Yeah.
So, this is the thing that people we're not considering, and we know that some of these lenders are going to be underwater, and I hope they work with people who are going to renew next year and this year, because why should they be kicked out of their house because they can't afford because of rates? It is what it is. Anyway, give us a like, share, and follow for more information. Anybody wants any information on the Barrie real estate market, Simcoe County, give Dan or myself a shout.
And drop us a comment if you have anything you'd like us to cover.
Yeah, it'd be good. Okay, see ya.
See ya.